feedback phase. We're getting feedback from a lot of you, internal, external. We're talking to clients, prospects. Really, we're trying to get feedback to make sure that we nailed it. We've had Routefinder Pro for now almost 20 years. We want to make sure that this product lasts us that many years. We've not been working on this product for 4 years, and we want to make sure we're not releasing a product that's very light. We want to make sure that it's the base. This is going to do exactly what you're doing in Pro, plus a lot more. That's the pledge. We're not going to release this product until it does that. So you guys want to see it? Yes. So with the new product, you're going to hear a lot of new terminology. You'll hear a lot of new things. Again, it's fully browser-based. You'll hear things about these map canvases. It is a masterpiece. You guys are routers and even know them. People that are planning routes, there's a skill. The way you think, the way you're painting screens. So you hear a lot about map canvases. You have as many maps available or open as you want. You'll be able to do boundary planning, routing, directions, all those things right in this map canvas. Again, it's just one of those small features that we'll keep talking about. But again, the street editing and all the parcel editing, all that's going to be different palettes. So map editing is a really great, interesting thing. Most of you have been doing street editing. You really have not been editing your maps. You've just been really editing your streets. So we've actually incorporated full map editing. Not only can you change your streets, you can change your parcels, your address points, your rivers, your railroads, because now railroads really mean something. When a street crosses over a railroad, it's an intersection. So we could edit railroads, waters, landmarks, postal codes, really fully map editing, not just street editing. Today you're really doing street editing, but we've changed it. You'll also hear a lot about these travel scenarios. And travel scenarios are going to be these sets that you can define to see how you want to route. There's a different traffic pattern in the morning versus the afternoon. So you want to prefer certain streets in the morning versus the afternoon. And of course, you'll change the restrictions. Maybe you don't want a left-hand turn in the morning. Left-hand turn on an intersection, it doesn't make any sense. So prohibit that. So you'll be able to prohibit those things. Or just say, this region, I don't want the bus to go at all. Completely prohibit that area. So let's see what this means. So you can see this is a directions from stop 1 to stop 2. It gives me directions, right? It's a straight path. It's got arrows. And now I'm going to switch travel scenarios to PM. So PM there's a bridge is going to be out. Really, we don't want somebody to cross over the bridge that way in the afternoon. You notice the system automatically reroutes. Automatically. See that? But now, if I change the intersection and now make a left turn, so prohibit a left-hand turn. So remember, so I'm going to go in here, look how easy and fast. I change my street, I tap, I make it red, I apply. Now I can't turn left using the the PM scenarios. So when I go back and refresh, it will not take a left-hand turn. Very specific. You can go as far as you want, put all the intersections, preferred, restricted, prohibited, or leave it the way it comes. Leave the one-ways the way they come. You decide. You don't have to do this, but if you want more, you go in there and you create these scenarios. Notice when I do a refresh, it reroutes, because now I can't take the left-hand turn. The left-hand is there. So the amount of routing capability you'll have is amazing. And everything you'll have right now in Pro, 100% will convert to this. You're not losing anything. You're going to be gaining things. Routing obviously is the key here. We want to make sure that we keep identifying the crossers, prohibited crossers, at a stop level, at a student level, and even at the street level. We want to make sure that all that's being done. Stop pools, of course, is a big deal that some of you are using, but it's how you can reuse stops over and over again across your trips. And then, of course, a new feature that's just been added is playback. So this is how you can actually play back your routes, see how you planned them, and see how it looks. So you go in and open up a playback option, and change the speed you want to play back at, and you start seeing now the vehicle as it's playing, automatically playing. You can see those dots representing a vehicle based on that time where it's supposed to be. So now there's 5 trips, you can see at a given time where it is supposed to be. They're all moving at a certain speed, you pick that. But of course you can also drag with a mouse, but I'm letting it automatically run. So you can see at this point, you can see at a 705, 706, 707 where they're supposed to be. You add GPS now, you know exactly where they're supposed to be and where they are. So notice they're all coming together at a certain point, right? 713, 714, they're all coming together, right? I could now pause it, I could go back and forth. I'll show you how this works. Press and pause, I could literally slide back and forth to see at that time those 2 vehicles at 712 they're going to be right next to each other. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe not, but this is the things that you can now finally see. What do you think? Of course, routing is a big thing, right? We talk about smart routing. So sequencing today, when you're in Pro, you have to actually pick where do you want the stop to be in. We now created a way that it's smart sequencing. It means the system will automatically pick where it thinks it should go to the next new stop. So also, when you create a stop, instead of picking it goes to the red trip or the blue trip, you let the system figure out, you tell me the best place to put the stop at and the best trip it belongs to. And of course, the whole optimization and how we could figure out where your assets are and then let the system do this, figure out the routes. Let's check this out. So this is part of the smart This is called smart sequencing. So I'm going to add a stop at a location. I'm going to pick the green trip. Again, you're going to have multiple trips editing at the same time. I draw the boundaries like you normally would in your system today. It removes anything that's overlapped, and now those students that are unassigned will become assigned. But you notice, it's sequence number 13. I didn't have to tell it 13, it automatically did it because we turned smart sequencing on. They automatically did that. How's it look, by the way? It's automatically will go to number 13. I'm going to add another stop. I want you to be really, you might want to come a little closer because this is very important. I'm going to put the stop on the right-hand side of the road. I'm going to put a stop there. I'm going to draw my normal way. I'm going to show you when I move the stop location from one side of the road to another. I'm going to show you what it does to the directions. Again, smart sequence is on, so 13 is most likely going to become the new 14 here. You notice the path, okay? It's coming from the bottom. Look what's going to happen now. To change this. A right click, by the way, is going to be your friend. You right click here, move the stop to the other side. It's going to make the bus approach the other way. You see how fast that was? Claudia, what do you think? Great. Great. So that's smart sequencing. Again, just a little glimpse here. Creating stops, of course, the old-fashioned ways to tap it on the map, it's still gonna work. You can right-click, bring a file in, or you can search addresses, some great new things. Let's show you a couple of things here. So at this point, I'm actually gonna go in and search an address. I can search a student, anything, but I'm gonna search an address. As I start typing 440 State, which is our State Street, it's connected as our headquarters. It comes up all those options. You pick that, you click apply, and now it goes and create a stop at that location without me finding and clicking on a map. Isn't that much faster, Claudia?
Yeah. More time at the beach for me, thank you.
More time on the beach. And I did a walkout stop, which means at that, anyone who lives in that area will go to that stop. As I mentioned, there's a lot of right-click in that. We could easily do a door-to-door stop for a student. I'm going to right-click here. Be door-to-door. I choose which trip I want to be assigned. And I click apply. It does the path, and it puts the student at the stop. Guys, is it fast, Randy? Right? And you notice it's right hand side, so I had to loop around in that area because it has to be around the inside. We told it to. We didn't have to. We just said come either way. What do you think? And one last thing I want to show you is the trial stop. A lot of you create stops and you actually are moving trips around. What if you could just do this without affecting your trips? What if you could just tap on a map and figure out at that point there's 3 kids there. If I put a stop there, there's 3 kids. Or if I choose a different location, right? There's 13 there. Or I tap another location and at a quarter of a mile, that's those kids right there. But you notice there's a gap right there, right? There's a gap. So, you know, I didn't get it just right. So a lot of times you have to redraw. So I right click, move the stop location, look what it does. It fills the gap. Good, now there's 16 kids right there. Now at this point I'm ready to go and actually start creating trips. Add this stop to a trip. To a new trip and you're ready to go. What do you think? Time saver? Right? Well, this ends the presentation. I would love to take some feedback, some questions if you have time, or stick around. Thursday? She wants it on Thursday. Yes. Well, today is, what day is it? Monday? I think we
2 for 1.
That's right. Any questions? Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your support every year. We love to be here. Thank you. There's a reception tonight, 5 p.m. at the Empire Room. Please come. We'll have more question and answers that time. 5 p.m. tonight. Thank you. Thanks.